But life can be based on diet, what we put on our body, it can be straight down. There were times in my life when I was going through some personal issues that I didn't think about taking my life because my life has value. I didn't want to do that. But I thought, what have I come this far for? And now all this happening. I was on my pity potty. I was feeling sorry for myself. 4, 5, 10, 12 years after I was out of the hospital. And I would have to slap myself back into reality. Hey, dumb shit. You're supposed to be dead. You're not supposed to be here. So what's the problem? So you're going through a divorce. It's tough, okay? Patients, divorce rates 50% or higher. Because the caregiver's mission, purpose, is to take care of their husband or their children, their husband or their wife. And when the husband or the wife gets better, the caregiver has no purpose. Now what am I supposed to do? He's out running marathons, or she's out running marathons, and you're home with the tray of gauze, and the vitamins, and the creams. What am I supposed to do now? You go into the tunnel, you come out of the tunnel better, you come into the tunnel, come out of the tunnel worse. That's not an absolute. There's all varying degrees of that. But there were times after I was injured and I got out of the hospital that I thought that I probably should, maybe I should have walked across the bridge. Because I was struggling. I was struggling with some personal issues, some physical issues, some spiritual issues. I was still trying to find myself, trying to find what I was supposed to do, because who am I going to talk to? Who am I going to, guys, I was young troopers, 18 years old, had phosphorus burns in his face. It was Roger Palomino's, the night illumination mission. Took a 50 caliber in an open door unit and got into the canisters in the back, and he took off his gloves and was throwing the canisters out here, blowing back in on him. It was a Roman candle. He was blind. People look at him. What'd you do? I ran away. I said, when they do that to you, why did you go? Back to them. Turn it back on. I wasn't doing that myself sometimes. I was burned badly, but I ended up cosmetically a lot better than some of the guys that I know that weren't burned as bad as I was. But it's all relative. I struggle with it. I didn't have anybody to talk to. So myself, that's a pretty dangerous place to go sometimes. So yes, I thought about I should have gone over the bridge. But the last 30 years or so, or maybe longer, I'm very glad that I didn't. There's a part of me that's not looking forward to it, the trip. There's also a part of me that's anxious to go. Because I do not fear it anymore. That's why I try to live every day. It grows. Have you ever listened to a cactus run sing? You ever listened to a cactus run sing? Have you ever smelled the air after it rains? You ever stop to watch a sunset or sunrise? Do you know what cologne your boyfriend wears? You know what perfume your girlfriend wears? Do you know what your mother's hair smells like? It smells like a bird's nest. That's important. Take time. Take the time with people around you that you love them. And that gives you, what that does for me when I'm able to do that, gives me reason for hanging around, for being around. And it justifies in my own mind all the work that so many people did to me, for me, to get me alive. But I'm not fearful of the trip. I'm not fearful of the trip. I look forward to it. Not yet, but when I'm ready to go, I'm ready to go.